Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the conclusion of the Humble Brag series for June of 2016. If you haven't watched the reviews up until this point, I recommend giving them a look for background information on why things are scored the way they are. The charity for this month's bundle was the Willow Foundation, which is a UK-based charity that works to provide young adults between the ages of 16 to 40 with life-threatening illnesses special days with their loved ones as a dose of positivity, reaffirmation, and strength. If you'd like to look into the Willow Foundation or consider a donation, the link will be in the description below. Remember that 60 cents from every monthly bundle purchased went to a charity, so even $1 would get you all caught up even if you missed it. The games that were included in this month's bundle were the misleadingly titled game about cars and soccer balls they strike, Rocket League, Getting Lost in the Woods simulator, The Forest, the Universal Manifest Destiny reenactment, Planetary Annihilation Titans, the world's most extreme trust fall activity, Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, the game that can't decide what it wants to be and yet still somehow works, Dungeon of the Endless Crystal Edition, and the space shooter that is pretty much what you'd expect, Steredenn. The cost of the bundle is, of course, $12, which means that each of these 6 titles averages $2. This is clearly better than the wholesale price tag of $121.94 that it would have cost you otherwise. In fact, thanks to the bundle, I now have $109.94 in my pocket. Had I waited until everything was on sale before buying it, I would have spent $46.74, but that still means that I would have saved $34.74 by buying the bundle. Personally, the games felt like they were worth about $113 in total, which means that the perceived value is actually pretty close to what I'd expect, which is something that doesn't happen too frequently. That means that the savings feel rightfully rewarding, in this case, about $101. In gameplay, the games averaged a whopping 9.17, which is a solid A. Half of the games scored higher than that with a perfect score of 10, while one scored close with a 9 and the 2 below were still highly scored at an 8. What that means is that all of these titles were very well polished in terms of their mechanics. They accomplished what they set out to do, are generally fun to play, and didn't have much that one could really complain about. The points lost were, in the case of Rocket League, for controls that were unintuitive and somewhat frustrating to learn, and in the case of Steredenn, for some questionable choices in the design of their mechanics, such as the enemy's weakness to certain weapon types, but the inability for you to foresee what the enemies that lie ahead are going to be for you to plan accordingly. On the whole, they're still excellent games in their own rights. The bundle was chock full of great titles. In value, the score runs considerably lower at a 7.83. That's still a B though. Again, 3 titles scored perfect 10s for their ingenuity, creativity, and lasting impressions, but the other 3 scored noticeably lower. In the case of The Forest and Steredenn, it's for the bundle's saturation with their genres, while the games themselves don't really stand out. For Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, it's for being exclusively multiplayer, but note that that doesn't make it a bad game. The gameplay scored a 10 for being creative and one of a kind, but when buying a bundle blindly, we are all individual customers. We just may not have the friends with whom to play it with. And hypothetically, that's money that I spent towards something that I couldn't possibly use, right? So basically, we saw a lot of innovation and variety, but it was still somewhat unable to fully capture the possibility and wonder that comes with each bundle by including titles that just felt a little stale or potentially inaccessible. But with an average composite score of 8.5, this month's bundle still manages to pull through with an A-, which means that it's one of the few bundles to actually break into A territory. This is one of the bundles that has actually made me excited to discover all of the games inside of it, which I feel has been missing prior. Some games that I might not have tried otherwise, combined with games that looked interesting, and all of them left me wanting to play them rather than edit my videos. On top of that, they also included 2 extras in this month's bundle. The humble original Catgirl Without Salad Amuse Bouche made its way in as an homage to the various gaming genres throughout the years, as well as an April Fool's Day joke the developers made to their fans that turned out to be pretty interesting. Then of course there was the humble debut title, Wasted, which was an incredible first-person shooter style roguelike that was pumped full of humor and parodied all of our favorite post-apocalyptic games. I thought they were pretty good, but how much value they ultimately add to the bundle is, as always, up to you. The games for giveaway this month are Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and another game of your choosing from the 6 we've covered. That means that you get Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes no matter what, and either Rocket League, The Forest, Planetary Annihilation Titans, Dungeon of the Endless Crystal Edition, Steredenn, or a second copy of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which funnily enough might just be worth it in this case. All you have to do is tell me how you would handle being stuck in the forest with a bunch of tree-hopping cannibals. I definitely want a shelter, but that takes time, and even then, how would I lock it, you know? I'm not sure I'd be any good at wielding a weapon, so it's a tough call. As always, thank you so much for watching and being a part of the giveaway. I hope you enjoyed the reviews and shared them if you found them entertaining. Likes always help too. And if you're subscribed, remember to ring the little bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you'll know what I've got reviews coming out. But most importantly, remember that failure is not the worst case scenario, so go on with your bat selves, and I will see you guys in the next video, so stay awesome.